Have y'all tried this? This limited edition. It's pretty good. Fig apple. Speaking of fig apple, the fig tree. You know, in the Bible, when Jesus was hungry, and this might be the Medea version. This might be the Medea version, but let me just try to figure it out as I go. You know, in the Bible, you know, when somebody started off like that, child, you don't know what's coming. In the Bible, it talks about how Jesus was hungry, and as he passed the fig tree did not have any fruit, although it was the season of being fruitful. And so Jesus cursed the fig tree. It was like, well, dang, I'm hungry, and you don't have what you're supposed to have to feed me, so I'm gonna curse you, right? Because in the season, I believe in the season where it's supposed to be fruitful, whenever a fig tree has leaves, it's supposed to have fruit. Okay, I believe so. Y'all gonna have to Google, okay? This is what I say when you gotta test it against the spirit. Test it, Google it and see, all right? Because I might be wrong, and if I'm wrong, let me know. I'm always open to learning. So Jesus cursed the fig tree, and the disciples that was following him was, you know, they didn't think nothing of it. They you know, they thinking Jesus is talking to the fig tree like saying, man, you're dead to me, okay? But on their way back, when they took that same path, on their way back, the fig tree basically was dead. So the disciples was like, dang, like, y'all see that? Y'all remember when we came, he cursed it, and now look at it, it's completely withered away. It's dead. You know, and that's kind of what I want to talk about today. What was on my spirit is planting seeds in your life. You're going to have many branches, okay? And some of these branches are just to bear fruit. Some of these branches are to feed other people. Some of these branches are to feed yourself. Some of these branches look like businesses. Some of these branches look like friends. But in your season of being fruitful, you're purposeful for a purpose, right? And if in your season you're supposed to be purposeful for a purpose, but you lack purpose because you too busy eating off of somebody else's tree, or you too busy watering their grass or watering their tree and tending more to their business and not your own. And in your season when you're supposed to be fruitful and multiply in many ways, you can't. God sends you a message. And sometimes that message comes as depression because you don't know how to process it. Sometimes that message comes as you losing things. Sometimes that message comes as your business not flourishing. Sometimes that message comes and knocks you clean off your feet. So my advice to you is to, it's from my seatbelt. My advice to you is to make sure that when your season comes of being fruitful and multiplying, that you do that. And in order to do that, you're going to have to pay attention to your tree. You're going to have to pay attention to your fruit. You're going to have to pay attention to what it is that God has called you to do. And you can't do that being totally into building or planting or growing that tree and that tree and that tree for everybody else and not watering your own seed. Water your seed in this season. That way, when other people start picking off their tree and moving according to what God has for them, you're not sitting there empty-handed, okay? You're not sitting there lost in the sauce, okay? Water your own tree. fertilize the soil that God has placed in your life. That way, when it's time for you to be fruitful and it's your season of feeding, of giving, you can give from your own plant, your own seed, your own tree. All right? I hope this helps somebody. It was on my heart. I'm glad God did what he did, and we're finna keep it moving. I'm at work, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a great day.